Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Friday, December 11th at 9 p.m. Mountain Time 2020. The models are in the Northeast is the beast in the East, and it will get pummeled as we enter the holiday season. System after system is expected to bury the region. And that's the big story. Snow is coming, and no one is bumming. It's going to be a white Christmas in many regions. Winter storm system impacts the Midwest as the Northeast could see its first snowstorm right before Christmas. Keep calm. It's boom time. Storm moving across the U.S. with heavy snow to the north and strong thunderstorms to the south. Yes, another storm is hitting the West Coast with rain and snow. Ho, ho, ho. Winter weather advisory in effect as snow starts to fall across eastern Iowa. Who knew it even snowed there? Widespread snow coming to Utah Friday night and Saturday, which is Saturday in Pagosa. Forecasters expect 2 to 5 inches of heavy wet snow to fall across portions of southern Wisconsin. Lakeshore flooding possible. And finally, New England expects to have sufficient electricity through the winter. Wait, I thought this was 2020. Oh, yeah, it is. Well, we never said 2020 was funny, but it is. And here we are. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's check out the GFS model, which is, well, just take a look at it. This goes to 2 days after Christmas, and it's showing a nice amount, 16 inches of snow all the way up through the Appalachians up into Maine. It's insane. All of Pennsylvania covered in the global warming goodness, which they've been lacking for some time. And let's take a closer look and break it down day by day. Here is your Monday. There's Tuesday. So what we see in the next 48 hours is some moderate snow up in Maine, as well as a southern system that moves through. Light snow and snowshoe and south all the way down into the Virginias here. So that's could be the first snow for some regions in there over the weekend. Here's Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, that system is moving in through Indiana and Ohio, and that's going to hit Pennsylvania Wednesday evening. And look at that, already 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of snow by Thursday morning. So a quick nor'easter could potentially rock Long Island, Boston with over a foot. And these models have been changing. They started with 16 inches, went to like a foot here in South Jersey. They've moderated it down to 7 to 10 inches through this swath of Montgomery County, Chester County, Philadelphia County area in PA, my stomping grounds. And they haven't had an event like this in quite some time, so it should be well welcomed, in my opinion. People love snow. The rest of the globe, look at the heavy snow moving into the Sierras in the next 48 hours. You're going to get a really good response here, 16 to 24 inches in many regions. Well needed in those drought-stricken regions. Nevada picking up snow, Utah, the Four Corners, Texas, the nexus of the Schmexis, Oklahoma, western Oklahoma picking up quite a bit. And some portions of southwestern Kansas as well, picking up a significant amount. Small strip of snow through Nebraska and Iowa, up through Wisconsin. Heavy snow in northern Mich that we told you about yesterday. It's going to be heavy, 16 to 20 inches in some areas here in Northwest. Hello. So there's that. And then there's that system moving through on Wednesday across the upper Midwest, central Midwest here, Indiana, southern Ohio. Hello. And that's basically what we want to show you, and that's the high confidence model there, just out about 6 days. So we'll leave it at that. Snow is coming, and nobody's bumming. Here is the snowfall analysis from the last 72 hours. Let's bring it in here. Oh, and let's get this right. Oh, my God, I'm getting dizzy. Let's make it happen. We have bandwidth issues. You can see here, the Northeast already has a nice moderate blanket of 4 to 6 inches through many regions, upstate New York, the Dax, Vermont especially. Elk Mountain, Pennsylvania, how about that? Probably some good skiing up there, but we have epic skiing out here where 3 feet of snow in the high elevation areas. We just picked up a half a foot today at Wolf Creek, another half a foot tomorrow. All powder, so if you want to ski powder, get out here. And the forecast is just showing more and more snow. Heavy snow up in northern Washington State, up in the mountains, as well as northwestern Montana. So enjoy it while you have it, and let's break it down. An active weather weekend is expected. Winter storm watches and warnings in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19 states. Holy macaroni, including Texas. An active weather weekend likely for the lower 48 with 3 systems or areas of concern. A storm will impact the central U.S. and east today. Tomorrow with a streak of snow and some rain and thunderstorms. And then a quick-moving system will progress through the eastern montane west, southern plains with snow Saturday. Rainstorms in the south for Sunday. Finally, the northwest will be very wet and snowy. Ho, ho, hoey. It is Christmas. Seismic update. All is quiet on the western front, and that never means good news. Worldwide volcano news update. Nothing spectacular. Standard emission. Santa Rita picking up on the forecast here. Ibu to 6,000. Abico just popped off to 12,000. And the only volcano of note is Kluchiskov, which puffed to 23,000 feet moments ago. And that has recently been in an uptick, as well as the rest of the Kamchatka and Aleutians. Earthquake swarm in Reykjanes volcano and deep earthquake activity, and the Brennisteinsfjall volcano not being reported by any outlet except in Iceland. And this is December 10th. Earthquakes with magnitude of M3.5 took place in the volcano Reykjanes, and minor earthquake swarm going on in the region. That's here on the tip. But this orange region is what should give us pause. And that's the Brennisteinsfjall volcano. A deep earthquake swarm took place. Deep earthquake swarm, indicative of magma intrusion. Now, all earthquakes that took place were small in magnitude, but depth was from 5 to 12 kilometers, which is indicative of magma. So we're going to... All of the volcanoes in Iceland have been charging over the last several months. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. Now, some breaking scientific news, which is not breaking. It's just rehashed and revisited. But it confirms the fact that Neanderthals 40,000 years ago buried their dead, especially their children. And what they simply did was take a flawed study from the 30s or the 40s, and they revisited it. And they confirmed that the La Forase 8 site was a definitive burial of a juvenile youth by the Neanderthal people. So that's something we know. Also, archaeologists find a vast network of Amazon villages laid out like the cosmos. Now, this is twofold interesting. It's a compartmentalized group of archaeologists that found this info, but these are communities that popped up out of nowhere by the hundreds of thousands. At the same time, all the communities up here in the desert Southwest disappeared right around 1200 AD. And what they found down here is that from 1300 to 1700, a 400-year period, hundreds of these communities. Billions of lasers shot from a helicopter flying over the Brazilian Amazon rainforest have detected a vast network of long-abandoned circular and rectangular-shaped villages dating from 1300 to 1700, corresponding to the escape time of the Pueblo or the Anasazi people from the southwest of Colorado. Now, these villages dating from 13 to 1700 consist of some spectacular forms. The round villages had remarkably similar layouts, meaning they're all the same people, with elongated mounds circulating from a central plaza like marks on a clock. Now, that's very intriguing. These latter elongated mounds, when seen from above, look like the rays of a sun, which gives them the common name Soyuz, the Portuguese word for suns, the researchers wrote. Well, fascinating. And you can see here one of those villages and another, and maybe a rectangular one here. And maybe they have no idea what they're talking about. That's probably what I think. Now, researchers discovered that global mass extinctions of land-dwelling animals follow a 27 million year cycle, which is not new. In fact, in the 90s, I knew about the cycle, but it's being rehashed for your convenience through the propaganda machine. Hubble observes strange, distant exoplanets similar to Planet 9. Well, let's, real quick, before we get on to that, and Planet X nonsense. Let's talk about the 27 million year cycle. We've all seen the spiral arms of the galaxy we live in, right? We all know we live in a galaxy, right? So our particular galaxy is different than other galaxies. And the galaxy we live in, the Milky Way, is quite milky and beautiful. But it does have spiral arms. And these spiral arms are regularly spaced like rays on, well, like rays on these villages. And maybe that's exactly what they're talking about. Maybe we don't know how much we actually knew. That's all I'm saying. Now, this propaganda piece from CNN, Hubble observes strange distant exoplanets similar to Planet 9 that may exist in our solar system. If you just casually read this headline, you would think that Hubble observed an exoplanet that exists in our solar system. That's what I thought. And I was, wait a minute, let me reread that. And let me read the article. And then I was like, oh, they're full of straight across the board. Not only is the said object too far away to even know about, 336 light years, but their explanation is so cockamamie, it is supported by zero facts, which is exactly opposite of the election fraud, which is supported by facts. Yet no one can seem to look at them at all. Yeah, but there is something you should look at. You should look up the Geminid meteor shower, which is the remnants of Comet Phaethon. Peak this weekend, and it's a big one, and we might have some impactors. So let's hear what they have to say.
I hear there's a meteor shower, guys. I either miss it or I just plain out don't see anything. And if that's you, here's your chance again, and it might look like Christmas in the sky. But yeah, that's because it's a multicolored meteor shower, and it will streak across Tampa Bay this weekend. The big question, though, and I have Grant here for this, will the skies be clear enough?
So here's the thing. So it peaks Sunday night into Monday morning, but you can see them even right now. But here's what's going on with the meteor shower, all right?
Okay.
There's this asteroid that's orbiting around the sun. It's asteroid...
Wait, before he gets to that, folks, I want to bring you in on this excellent slide, which is why I wanted to play this. Now, if you see a bolide coming in, or if you even see a firework in the night sky, it's because science has determined how to make colors when you ignite certain elements. So if you burn magnesium, you get this amazing blue. You burn sodium, you get this amazing yellow. Calcium gets you this purple. Iron gets you this bright yellow here. And nitrogen and oxygen will get you this, I don't know what you want to call it, a reddish color. So there is certain, and I wanted to get into pyrotechnics as a young lad, so I know a lot about this. And I made some bombs as a youth, or pyrotechnics. Let's not say bombs on air. So these pyrotechnics were in the form of, well, anyway. What we did was we powdered magnesium to make blue, powdered sodium, etc. So when you're looking at a bolide entering from Earth, you can determine the major composition of the object based on its color. And that's a simple science class that would cost you hundreds of dollars to learn anywhere else. You're welcome.
Peak Sunday night into Monday morning, but you can see them even right now. But here's what's going on with the meteor shower, all right?
Okay.
There's this asteroid that's orbiting around the sun. It's asteroid Phaethon, okay? And it creates this trail of dusty debris. And the meteors that we see are those dusty debris entering the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so these meteors are actually going to be traveling around 78,000 miles per hour. And you will be seeing what is left over from this asteroid that is way out there. But check this out. So the meteors will appear to radiate from the constellation Gemini. So
holy macaroni. Did he say
you're familiar with that, right? That's why it's called the Geminid meteor shower. You don't necessarily need to look right at the Gemini constellation. Look anywhere in the sky. But the peak viewing time is really around 2 o'clock in the morning when that radiant point, the constellation Gemini, is right overhead and the meteors will appear to shoot out from them. Now, we could see up to 50 meteors per hour. that's given perfect viewing conditions.
Right,
And obviously, you don't want cloud cover.
Always
to be able
a
to see it. So
caveat.
tomorrow, I mean, honestly, tonight to tomorrow morning, you might be able to see. But even right now, if you peel out of here and you go outside and look, you might be able to see some of these meteors. So we'll be keeping an eye on this. Obviously, we don't want cloud cover, but it does.
Okay, so he's gone on his diatribe. I thought it was pretty fantastic. So give him a thumbs up there if you watched the video. There's only 5 now. I'll even subscribe to 10 Tampa Bay. They did a great job. Now, as we leave tonight, I shared you with a solar car the other day that didn't need charging. And here's an even more spectacular weapon to the globalists. This car is powered by salt water, 760 horsepower, literally as fast as a rocket ship. Top speed of 186 miles per hour, 622 miles per the tank, and is priced out of most humans. But obviously technology like this comes down in price through time, if we have time left. But hopefully in the next decade or so, if the grid stays up and we all stay cognizant and we're not locked down in cities with face masks on and eating Soylent Green through tubes, we may have access to these babies, or else it will just be Elon Musk and our controllers. So an interesting concept car that has potentially been known about the technology for decades, but hasn't been introduced until recently, by the way. Now, even more disconcerting information. And let me bring my face back so you can realize how serious I am about this. But a group overseeing $10 trillion called the Guardians for Inclusive Capitalism signs a partnership with the Vatican just 2 days ago. If you don't know about this, this is the press release from the Council for Inclusive Capitalism with the Vatican. And here's the emblem up here. Very creepy. But we all know the Vatican connection in the 1500s when they came out with the Big Bang and they've reprogrammed all of the world, what that means for our future. And as we enter December 21st, 2020, the Grand Conjunction, and enter the age of Aquarius, this time has been, well, associated with many massive changes in the general paradigm in our society. And I'm going to be doing an amazing piece in the coming days. Maybe by tomorrow it'll be finished on the Great Conjunction and what its effects may be on society, humanity, or the future of humanity. Now, the Council, the Council for Inclusive Capitalism with the Vatican should just give you the heebie-jeebies. All I think about is touching children and other improprieties. But this is I mean, election fraud aside, it was announced this week that a historic new partnership between the Vatican and some of the world's largest investment and business leaders called the Council for Inclusive Capitalism has officially launched, and it's officially pissed off Alex Jones, apparently. But do you remember the Always Sunny in Philly conspiracy theory episode? Yeah, I do. And it was exactly about this. Under the moral guidance of the Pope, it says, this initiative, that it invites companies of all sizes, which is a lie because you have to be $1 billion or more, to harness the potential of the private sector to build a fairer, more inclusive and sustainable economic foundation for the world. Now that sounds wonderful in its initial presentation. But get this, the council is led by a core group of global leaders called the Guardians for Inclusive Capitalism. And they swear they did not steal this from a Marvel video. Now the group, who has likely never heard until today, apparently, meet annually with the Pope Francis and Cardinal Turkson. Who's that guy? And represent more than $10.5 trillion in assets under management companies with over $2.1 trillion of market cap. This is not mom and pop stores. These are the big guns, the multinational corps. And it's in over 163 countries, and they're about to take over the entire fucking world. And all of you people that voted for Biden and his son that likes foot jobs by Chinese spies and the mainstream media helped suppress that prior to the election and is now just releasing it after the election, you're all complicit. And I hope you all get vaxxed and you all get caged in communist cities where you suck the Soylent Green right up your... There's my analysis. Please comment below on your own analysis. And later, in just about 10 minutes, I'm going live with Paul Cottrell, where we will discuss the dystopian future that you have all allowed. Hope you got something out of the video. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. And in case you haven't noticed, I got my 7 Ps shirt on. And you should too, because people in the general public will know what you're talking about and who the allies are. Hope you got something out of the video. Thanks to all our one-time donors, our new Patreons. You're keeping the channel alive. It's been 3 months since we remonetized Oppenheimer Ranch project and not a peep from YouTube.